rest on the existing protocols, except that you permit me to greet all our royal fathers. Ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin orí adé, ẹ̀yin ọrùn òjìbálẹ̀kẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé ẹ kú àdúró tì wá o. Láṣẹ Òdùmarè, ẹ gbọ́ ẹ tọ́, ẹ fi ọwọ́ pa ewu, ẹ fi èrìgì jóbi. Ààfin yín ò ní gbóná mọ́ yín. And of course, I need to express our appreciation to the organizers of this roundtable. And I'm going to take just 1 minute to see if my brother Prince from Okuku, Prince Adeyemi Teller, is he here? If you are here, I recognize you. And that's part of the extent. Alaafins are found virtually everywhere, in every nook and corner of this land. What I intend to do is to share one area of Ikú Baba Yeye's life that is not listed in the program that we have. But the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding has done something that we can never forget. Because I remember in 2018, there was a global conference organized by this center. Oh, please permit me. I was wondering. In fact, I sent a message to the Bashorun inquiring whether the Oyomesi has been invited. And now I can notice that the Oyomesi is here adequately and well represented. Ẹ̀yin Oyomesi, ẹ káàbọ̀ o, ẹ kú ìdìde o. Nígbà tí wọ́n pè mí tí mo rí ìwé pé kémi náà wá, mo kọ̀wé sí bàbá Bashorun lórí fóònù wípé ǹjẹ́ wọ́n tiẹ̀ rántí pé Oyomesi báyìí. Èsì tí mo rí láàárọ̀ yìí kò sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, ṣùgbọ́n mo ti fojú ara mi rí báyìí pé Oyomesi wà ń bí. Torí náà mo kí yín o tẹ́ bá wà ń bí pé ẹ kú ìdìde, torí pé n tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ àyẹ́sí àti ìrántí bàbá wa ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Aláàfin tẹ́ wà ń bí pátápátá, mo kí ẹ̀yin náà o, a kú ìdèlé o. Now, back to the center. In 2018, there was a global conference in honor of Ikú Baba Yeye the Alaafin. If members of the Oyomesi are here, if you are here, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ dìde dúró káwọn èèyàn lè kí yín o. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn lè mọ̀ pé ẹ wà ń bí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wà ń bí. Torí mo rò pé mo rí fìrí yín ni mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bí ẹ bá sí ń bí, a mọ̀ pé ẹ sí ń bí. Tẹ́ ẹ bá wà ń bí, ẹ dákun ẹ dìde dúró. Àwọn ò sí ń bí, ọ̀dà o. A jẹ́ pé
bàbá Bashorun wọn làwọn máa sẹ́ndì representative wa. Àìsọ̀rọ̀ ní alẹ́ àná gan. Mo dẹ̀ bá Lágúnná sọ̀rọ̀, bá Sáàmù náà sọ̀rọ̀.
Tí wọ́n bá dé, a máa fi wọ́n. Ibi tí mo bọ́rọ̀ dé ẹ má bínú torí ọjọ́ ń lọ. Ó ní pé èwo là á ṣe báyìí. Kíní yìí lè bó ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí sì ń bẹ́ ń kùn Yorùbá ló ṣe é sọ dáadáa. Ṣùgbọ́n àmọ́ yìí mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n bá ṣe gbà náà ni. àmọ́ yìí máa ọba ṣe gbà náà ni. Ẹni tí mo ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ni pé mo ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ilé ìwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àṣà Yorùbá àti àgbọ́yé láàrin gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè, torí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe níbi tá a wà yìí nìyẹn, pé mo ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Torí nígbà tí bàbá pé ọmọ 100 ọdún iléeṣẹ́ yìí, iléeṣẹ́ yìí wọ́n ṣe ètò àpérò ńlá kan tó jẹ́ ti gbogbo àgbáyé, láti gbogbo ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè káàkiri igun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin ayé yìí ni àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ni wọ́n ti wá sọ́yọ́. Wọ́n sì lo odidi ọjọ́ 5 gbáko tí wọ́n ń fi kùn lukùn lórí tó jẹ mọ́ ìtàn, tó jẹ mọ́ ipò Aláàfin, ipò ọba, ìṣàkóso àwọn èèyàn. Níbi èmi rẹ̀ ọmọ owó ara wa.
Hello.
Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o. Wọ́n ṣe àyẹ́sí tá à ń wí yìí ó pọ̀. Inú mi dùn pé èmi àti bàbá wa ikú bàbá yèyé làjọ lọ sí gbogbo àwọn ètò náà fún iye ọjọ́ tí wọ́n fi ṣe. Àyẹ́sí yẹn pọ̀, òkìkí kan. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìwé 2 ló ti jáde lórí àbájáde ìjíròrò ìpàdé yẹn. Nínú ìwé yẹn ètí n bá ti rí ń bẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ti ń tàwé, dandan ni fún mi láti rà á. Nígbà náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ pé kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ nípa Aláàfin ní gbogbo ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga yunifásitì ní àgbáyé. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ni pòfẹ́sọ̀ bàbá tẹ̀ ń wò lórí òkè yìí, pòfẹ́sọ̀ Tóyìn Fálọlá, òun ló dá ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lẹ̀. Wípé níbi tí ipò Aláàfin, iṣẹ́ Aláàfin, àyè Aláàfin tó gbẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ̀dẹ́, ó yẹ kó di ara tí wọ́n máa kọ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè, tí wọ́n máa gboyè nínú rẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ sì ń bẹ lórí ẹ̀ o. Wọ́n ti tún fẹnu bàbá yìí. Mo sì gbà wípé àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n, àwọn ọlọ́lá, àwọn ọba, àwọn tí wọ́n ní ìfọ̀n lè kánná, tí wọ́n bá wa kó gìrì mọ́rọ̀ yìí, pé wọ́n ó mú bí iṣẹ́, wọ́n sì bá wa ṣe, tó fi di pé Alaafinology yóò di ara tí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n máa kọ́ gba oyè. Now the theme of this roundtable is Oba Adeyemi III, the end of an era. The end of an era? Ìtí wọ́n ń bi wá pé ká ronú sí nìyí ni pé ṣé ńgbà tí ikú bàbá yèyé sì ti wàjà, ṣé ó tán náà nù? Torí Yorùbá ní ẹ mọ́ kú, ojú òpó dí, àfẹ̀bòjò kú, ẹnu ìsà ń ṣọ̀fọ̀. Ṣé ó tán náà nù? Ẹ sì ti ń gbọ́ gbogbo ohun tí àwọn èèyàn ti ń wí wìrìwìrì fún wa tí wọ́n ti sọ. Ìtí mò ń gbọ́ ní àbálọ àbábọ̀ ni pé kò tán, pé ọlá ọ̀tán, ọlá kù sẹ́yìn ni. So I like the inquisitive tone and direction of this theme. It is strongly probing in its approach and coloration, and will certainly attract diverse reactions and responses. I will provide my own answer later, but please permit me to say a few things about Oba Adeyemi III. And I'm going to dwell on Beere Festival. Salute to courage. Beere Festival. Salute to courage. When discussing the Great Oyo Empire, Professor Banji Akintoye made a brief mention of Beere on page 249 of his book, A History of the Yoruba People. And I quote him, "The Alaafin had a great festival a sort of jubilee called Bebe, with which he celebrated long or successful reign. When the Alaafin Agbolúajé celebrated the Bebe in the 1760s, 1,060 vassal rulers, according to Oyo tradition, came to Oyo Ile to honor their suzerain. End of quote. Johnson, in the book History of the Yorubas on pages 71, 163, 179, and 329, contain greater details about the Bebe festival, upon which, as I said, I like to dwell a little bit, with particular reference to the enigmatic subject of this round table. We have records of 3-year Bebe festival of a previous Alaafin, as well as the record of 1-day Bebe festival of another. But one significant thing about the Bebe festival is that it is termed the Iku or funeral rites, as if it is intended to mark the close of a long reign. This arose from the fact that the few kings who celebrated it died a short while after. Ajiboyede was the 4th and last king buried at Igboho. He celebrated Bebe to mark his victory over the Tapa king, as well as his long reign. Alaafin Abiodun Adegbolu also proclaimed 1-day Bebe to mark his victory over Bashorun Gaa and the prosperity and contentment that pervaded the empire. In 1858, Alaafin Adewinbi Oromajogbo Atiba Ọba Fibanroyin Ajo celebrated Bebe in Oyo Atiba to mark his long and peaceful reign, which was between 1839 and 1858. Over 1.5 centuries later, a reincarnation of Atiba, Alaafin Lamidi Olaiwola Atanda Adeyemi III, summoned the courage to celebrate a modern-day Ọdún Ikú known as Bebe, to mark his golden jubilee as the longest reigning literate Alaafin of Oyo. And maybe I should insert here that during that celebration on January 14, Kábíyèsí laid the foundation of the Black Women in History Museum in Oyo, because we have talked and talked about the museum. In reality, the foundation of that museum, the groundbreaking on the 10 acres of land that Kábíyèsí has already provided for that museum, the groundbreaking was done to mark his 50th coronation anniversary. The unique monarch has represented the very best of what distinguishes a true Yoruba monarch, a national leader, and a global role model in all areas of human, cultural, traditional, and royal bearing. Despite the knowledge that Bebe Festival was Ọdún Ikú, this man of great valor decided to openly proclaim his own Bebe and proceeded to celebrate it with gait and grandeur on January 14, 2020, just like Alaafin Atiba did in 1858. Permit me also to repeat one of the songs composed to mark that unique festival in Oyo by this speaker. Láìwọlá ṣe bẹbẹ, ìlú dùn ayé rojú. Alaafin ṣe bẹbẹ, ìlú dùn ayé rojú. Láìwọlá ṣe bẹbẹ, ìlú dùn ayé rojú. Alaafin ṣe bẹbẹ, ìlú dùn ayé rojú. Ọba wa ṣàṣe 50 ayé gbọ́. Alaafin ṣàṣe 50. Ta ni ó mọ̀ páyé ọba dùn? Gbọ́ngbọ́n tó kàn sí là ń dunnú sí. Láìwọlá ṣe bẹbẹ, ìlú dùn ayé rojú. How noteworthy it is that this king did not only see or predicted his death, but had the nerves to celebrate it gleefully and triumphantly. And if you look at Sunday Tribune of 24th of April 2022 on page 1, you will hear him declaring, "I already marked my grave before my death." Alaafin Lamidi Olaiwola Atanda Adeyemi III has proudly manifested Atiba attributes of courage, invincibility, retentive memory, uncommon intelligence, superb eloquence, sharp wit, uncompromising determination, strong penmanship, oratorial acumen, and unquestionable native intelligence, ọgbọ́n inú àti làákàyè, encapsulated in the uncanny Ajagbo ingenuity. These attributes have been passed on from generation to generation of the Alaafins, hewn from Oranya the rock and built upon the indestructible foundation of our progenitor Oduduwa. A space-setting, transforming impact on the entire Oyo metropolitan area, as well as the rest of the state and Yoruba land, can best be appreciated when you listen to the people sing their testimony in the now popular song. Láìwọlá ti sọyọ́dé kó fún wa. Alátàndá ti sọyọ́dé kó fún wa. Láìwọlá ti sọyọ́dé kó fún wa. Alátàndá ti sọyọ́dé kó fún wa. Ó sọ kíńjí di ilé o. Ó sọ wìnì dọ́jà. Ó sọ kíńjí di ilé o. Ó sọ wìnì dọ́jà. Láìwọlá ti sọyọ́dé kó fún wa. We don't have the time to continue to sing. Is this passing of Alaafin Adeyemi III the end of an era? Let us cast our minds back to the glorious reign of Alaafin Siyanbola Onikepe Adegboyega Ladigbolu. He was known and respected both all over Yoruba land and around the world. His era marked the introduction of Western education and the Prince's schools in Oyo, the roofing of the palace with a corrugated iron sheet. He hosted the first ever conference of Yoruba Obas in 1937. in Oyo Palace at a hall specially built for that event. His palace hosted the customary court of appeal for Yoruba land. His era marked the adoption of the name Yoruba by other rulers of the distinct units of Karo Ojire, and the Oyo Yoruba became the language of communication among all indigenes of Yoruba land. That was Shinabola for you. To the point that part of his oriki was Ọba Ololo, tí ó lólé Ọ̀yọ́ gbó, ọmọ onílé àrán tí ó lólé Ọ̀yọ́ láyò ìyá pẹrẹgẹdẹ bí aṣọ. But the era did not end with him. He was also known among the people. They call him Shinabola for Bagbaye Tan, Adedokun for Bagbaye Tan, Ladigbolu kó tó lọ sọ́run o, Shinabola for Bagbaye Tan. Because in their view, the whole world was under the feet of the Alaafin, just as it has been with Laiwola, who has just now departed. And so, we are familiar with the prayerful song of the Yoruba concerning the era of Alaafin Abiodun as compared to the era of Aule and Arogangan. Wọ́n ní láyé Abiodun arójú sáyé, láyé Aule adàdìkalẹ̀, láyé Arogangan ọ̀pọ̀lọ́gbòde. Abiodun ìbádẹ́yìn bọ̀ kó wá jọba ìlú Ọ̀yọ́. And that's our longing. We are longing. We are saying, Laiwola ìbádẹ́yìn bọ̀. Is this the end of an era? Can Laiwola dẹ́yìn bọ̀? No. We have to pick it up where as he has left it. The passing of Alaafin Lamidi Olaiwola Adeyemi III cannot be the end of an era. It can only continue to be the trigger for greater nostalgia and stronger challenge and enduring determination for Oyo and the Yoruba nation to excel. Just like Alaafin Abiodun and Shinabola Ladigbolu, the succeeding generation of Alaafins will seek to outperform as they cherish the glorious heritage of the Alaafin gone before. The new Obada market will become a greater booster for the economy. The ongoing 132-33 kV transmission station at Oluewu village will eradicate epileptic power supply and promote industrialization. The anticipated reticulation of pipe-borne water from Irelu Water Works in Oyo will breed a healthy community, while the new passport office in Oyo will ease global tourism for our people. No new Alaafin can afford to abandon the beautiful Oranya festival incorporated 10 years ago by Alaafin Laiwola Adeyemi III in honor of Oranya, the first Alaafin of Oyo. Nor would anyone for that matter, attempt to stop the World Shango Festival, which will soon attain the status of a global human heritage festival. Who can dare to obstruct the excellent work of renovation of ancient shrines being done in Oyo by Alaafin's cultural ambassador, Dr. Paula Gomez? And of course, Oyo Alaafin will remain ever proud of hosting the famous Ifa Heritage Institute, which is the only higher education institution in the world that specializes in the study of all aspects of Yoruba culture and religion. Please note that 2006, UNESCO proclaimed Ifa as one of the 86 traditions of the world to be regarded as the masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. And that institution remains in Oyo and will remain there. The Alaafin, as a global brand, will continue to be relevant, respected, and honored by all and sundry. And the height to which Oba Lamidi, Adeyemi III, has brought Oyo and the Yoruba royalty will continue to soar even beyond the pinnacle. Long live the Alaafin. Once again, welcome to this roundtable. And thank you for your attention.
Ẹ ṣé o bàbá, a lè dúpẹ́ tán o.